Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coco. My name is Jen. Thanks for joining me for Strong and Steady today. I've got my folding chair and a couple of sets of dumbbells, and let's start moving. Extend your arms out from your side, seated on your chair, and start working your arms slowly in circles. Good. You want to soften through the chest and shoulders, relax through the neck. Working through your breath, staying still in your chair. Change directions of your circles now. They can be smallish, they can grow in size. Good, now bring them back down to your sides and we'll do some bigger circles, one arm at a time. Backstroke. Good, now switch arms. Feel your chest open up as you reach for the back wall. Excellent, now rise from your chair. Place your hands in your hips. Feet are comfortably distanced apart and we'll begin with our hinging. Okay, so keep your spine nice and neutral. Begin hinging forward and rising back up. Good, hinge and rise, hinge and rise. Good, we're trying to soften through those hamstrings and glutes. Feel that good blood flow. Good, and now we'll go into some body weight squats. Keeping your heels down. Weight in your heels. Sinking your tailbone. Keep that spine neutral as you're able. Nicely done. Okay, well, let's get ready for today's format. Just make sure. Okay, everyone's ready to go. In our first circuit, we're gonna do quite a bit of leg and glute work. We're gonna do squat with lateral lunges, okay? You may use dumbbells or no dumbbells. I'm gonna stay with body weight today. So we're gonna do squat to lateral lunge to the left, then to the right. Then we're gonna do seated in a chair, 360-degree curls, okay? So using those dumbbells, curl, externally rotate and come back. And the last movement will be lateral arm swing. So nice and slow, isometric hold as your arms are parallel to the ground and swing back, okay? Now, we are gonna do these by gradually increasing repetitions. So by the end of this, we're gonna do some 30 repetitions per each movement, okay? So you ready? We're starting with 2. Okay, squat and lateral lunge. Squat and lateral lunge. Back to center, squat. Now let's lunge the other way. Lateral lunge, squat, pushing off that outside foot, back to center. Good. Now let's reach for those dumbbells. You can do this standing or in your chair. We'll go ahead and take it to the chair, sit nice and tall, elbows pinned to the ribs. Curl, externally rotate, curl, externally rotate. Now, hands at your sides, press your heels to the ground, come to standing. Lateral arm swings, ready? Inhale and exhale, swing and swing. That's 1. Swing and swing. Good, okay. Now we're back to the top for 4s, ready? Squat to lateral lunge. 2. We're focusing on the glutes here, guys. 3. And 4. Back to center. Let's go with the other leg. Stepping off. Putting most of your body weight on that bent leg. 3, and 4. Good. Okay, back to the dumbbells in your chair. 360-degree curls. Curl, externally rotate. Now don't let your back arch as you externally rotate. Breathe in and zip the rib cage. Good. Now arms at your side, suitcase carry, heels into the ground, come to standing. Ready, lateral arm swings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Okay, now we have 6s. Ready. This is 60 squats. 1, 2, 3. Keep those heels down. 4, 5. Pushing off that outside leg. 6. Good. Let's go to the other side. Squat. Lateral lunge. 2, 3. As you're able, push off and come all the way back to center. 5. And 6. Nicely done. Okay, back to the chair. All right, we got 6s here. Ready? Curl, externally rotate. 2, 3. Exhale, keep your elbows pinned. 5. And 6. Come to standing, dumbbells in your hand, dig those heels into the ground. 6 lateral arm swings. 1, 2. Good, nice and slow and with control. 4, 5. And 6. Okay, back to the top. We got 8. The big one's ahead. All right, you ready? You can do it. Squat to lateral lunge. Ready? Squat and lateral lunge. 2. Think lifting pelvic floor. 5. 6. 7. And 8. Isn't it something when squats become the easy part? All right, you ready? Other side. Squat. Lateral lunge. 2. 3. Feel that outside foot push off. 6. 7. And 8. Good. Okay, 360 curls. All right, nice and tall, arms at your sides, palms up. Curl, externally rotate. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. Okay, let's come to standing, holding those dumbbells in our hands. Up from the chair. There we go. Lateral arm raise. 1, 2, Now I know we call them lateral arm swings, but I want you to feel like your muscles are helping to do this work and we're not using so much momentum. That's why we have the pronounced isometric hold at the top. 6, 7, and 8. Okay, and last round. Okay, 10s. All right, ready? Let's start with our squats. Inhale and squat and lateral. Squat and lateral. Focus on your heel as you go laterally. You don't want your knee going forward. 5, 6, and if you feel yourself getting tired and you can't open up quite as much, that's okay. 8, 9, and 10. Good, okay, coming back to center. Ready, other leg. Squat and lateral lunge. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. 8. Imagine that you're a piston going straight down. Last one, and 10. Good, back to your chair. 360 curls, palms to the ceiling. Ready? And curl. 2, 3, 4, 5. Easy work. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, dumbbells at your side, heels to the ground, and rise. Excellent. We can still chair squat. Lateral arm swing. 1, 2, 3. Try and keep your neck relaxed. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good work. Okay, get a drink, everybody. Okay, here's what we got next. A little bit of a recovery set. So we're gonna do less leg work, more upper body work. Okay, we're gonna start with reverse row 3 ways. So we'll be bent over or split stance, whichever you think you can maintain your neutral spine better in, right? Sometimes when I see people in their neutral stance, hinged, when they get tired, they round, and we don't want to round, okay? So you can go in a split stance if that's better for you, if you start feeling it in your low back. So reverse row 3 ways. It's one arm, the other arm, and then both. Okay, so we're gonna get a lot of nice back work in there. And then we're gonna focus on our rear deltoids. So we're gonna be seated and do our airplane arms with no weights. Just focus on drawing the weight of our arms up by using the rear shoulder muscles. Okay, then we're gonna do front raise to press. And then we're gonna do some trunk rotations in a split stance with our chair. Okay, so we're opening up right? So that's what that last one is, okay? All right, so with that said, we don't need our chair first off, we just need our dumbbells. Okay, all right, so reverse row 3 ways. All right, you ready? We got 2, split stance, one arm, the other arm, and both is 1. Now, of course, we're focusing on the back, not the arm, and 2. Good, okay, now we're seated, and we're gonna do our airplane arms a little bit higher up in the back than the last exercise. Ready? Hinged forward, exhale, rear shoulders, and 2. Good, now reach for those dumbbells again. Recline, actually we're not recline back. We're gonna do a front raise, exhale, front raise, and then press, and then lower with control. Front raise, press, and lower with control. Good. Okay, then we get to our chair and we're gonna do those split stance trunk rotations. So I'm gonna have my left foot forward, right leg back. Palms are down and I'm gonna open up. My left hand's gonna stay down and I'm gonna exhale, rotate my right hand up and down, exhale up and down. Okay, switch feet. So the right leg is forward now and my left arm is gonna reach for the ceiling. 1 and 2. Good, okay, reaching for those dumbbells again. Split stance. All right, nice and hinged. One arm row, the other arm row, and then 2 arm row. 1, 2, and 2. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 4. Good, okay, dumbbells down. Sit on your chair, airplane arms. This is the view from the side. So I'm seated on my sit bones. I'm gonna hinge forward, neutral spine. Exhale, middle chaps and rear delts, draw the arms up. 2, 3, and 4. Nicely done. Grab those dumbbells again. Sit up tall, arms at your side, suitcase carry. Exhale, raise and press and lower. Good. It's important that we don't arch the back. So if you find you want to lean back, keep your spine neutral and lean back onto your sacrum. And 4. Nicely done. Okay, so now we're on 6s. So we can come to standing from our chair with our dumbbells. I'm alternating back to my split stance, left foot forward. Now we have 6 reps. Okay, so hinge, arms dangling under armpits, and left, right, together. Left, right, together. 3, and 4, 5, 6. Good. Okay, come back to standing, seated airplane arms. So sit down in your chair, set your dumbbells down on either side, hinge forward on your sit bones, nice and neutral. Inhale and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Arms floating up. Draw from the middle traps, draw from the rear delts. And 6. Back up. Reach for your dumbbells again on either side. Suitcase carry. Sit nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, lift up. Press and down. Press and down. Good. 3, 4. Good. Feel those front delts. 5 and 6 and down. Excellent. Okay, come back to standing. Dig those heels into the ground. Okay, now we have our 8s. So I'm still in my split stance work for this, and I have right foot forward now, left heel back, or left foot back, heel off the ground. Hinge, neutral spine. Ready, left, right, together, and 2, together, 3, together, 4, together, 5, together, 6, focus on the back, 7, together, and 8, together. Good, hinge. All right, and find your chair and sit down, airplane arms. Dumbbells down. Nice and tall, sit bones, hinge forward, arms dangling. And exhale, 1, 2, draw the shoulder blades together, use the rear shoulders, 4, 5, 6. Imagine that your arms are just dead weights for your rear delts. And 8, good, reverse the hinge. Okay, and then our last one for this circuit before we go into our 10s, we need those dumbbells again, seated nice and tall, suitcase carry at your side. Exhale into your front raise, press, and lower. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Raising in front, pressing about at eye level. Good, 2 more, 1, and 2, and lower with control. Whew. Okay, and we're back at the top, reverse row 3 ways for 10. Okay, heels into the ground, you ready? Good, okay, split stance, one more time. Front leg is bent, back heel is lifted, hinge, ready, steady, go. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. Keep those elbows close to your rib cage. 4, and 5, 6, 7, and 8. You're almost there. Stay balanced. 9, and 10, and pull. Good. Reverse that hinge. Good hamstring work, everybody. The silent muscle there, the hamstrings and the glutes. Okay, airplane arms. All right, sitting nice and tall, hinge forward. Lower your hands so they dangle from your shoulders. Inhale and exhale. 1. Airplane arms, arms hovering up off the ground, drawn by your middle traps and rear delts. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nicely done. Front right. Oh my goodness, I missed trunk rotations last time, didn't I? Oh my gosh. We'll get back at it, I promise. Okay, I missed a lot of them. I skipped it every single time. Anne, how did you let me do that? Don't worry, we'll do trunk rotations. We'll come back to it. Okay, front raise, ready. Good. We've got 10 of these. 1, 2, 3. Good. And 4. 5. Good. Front raise, overhead press. 6. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And lower with control. Nicely done. Get a water break. All right. Then we'll talk about our third and final weightlifting circuit. Okay, we're going to do something a little bit new. Okay. Some of you know the essence of what I'm about to do. We've been building up to it, so it shouldn't be something that is terribly new for you. So we're going to start off in a split stance, all right? And so remember, when we come into this split stance, the leg that is in front, we want to be active in that heel, contract to be able to rise up, whether we come out of the hinge, right? Or whether we use that to bring our feet together. And for this next movement, we're going to use that to bring our feet together. And we're going to alternate, which is the thing that might be a little bit confusing at first. So the first round of 2s, we'll do 2 on each leg, but then we're going to try and work into alternating. And hopefully we feel smooth and comfortable doing that and not unsteady. What we're going to do with our arms, and I suggest you use lighter weights, for those of you that not done it before, is a high pull. So what is a high pull? So we're going to have our hands at our sides. And as we bring our feet together, we're going to lift and draw our elbows back. So here's that view from every angle, right? My elbows are drawn back. So I'm hinged, elbows back, hinge, elbows back. And I want to do that without arching my back. So we want to stay zipped in the rib cage. The heavier that gets, the more pressure it should be putting on, the more tension in your core and not your low back, okay? So if you want to just practice this a couple of rounds with as light a weight as possible or no weight, that would be great and fine, okay? After that, we're going to do some tricep kickbacks, and then we're going to do some rainbow dumbbells, okay? So that is what our third circuit is. So are you ready? We're going to do 2 on each side for this first one, okay? So I have left foot forward, right foot back. And my arms are at my sides. Ready? Exhale and together, and elbows go back and back down. It's a little bit like an upright row, okay? You got it? Now let's start with the other leg forward. Ready? Heel to the ground. 1 and 2. Good. Okay, now we have bent over tricep kickbacks. Okay, so you can do it in a split stance or bent over. All right, exhale as you hinge, draw your elbows to your rib cage. 1, kickback, and 2, kickbacks. Good. Okay, rainbow dumbbells. 1 dumbbell in your midsection. Ready? And we're gonna go all the way around. 1 and all the way around the other direction. 2. Okay, back to the dumbbells. So when we get the hang of this one, it's gonna click a little faster. All right, so we can do 4 on each side here again to get into this habit. Ready? Left foot forward, right foot back. Ready? And pull. 2, 3, and 4. Good. Switch legs. Heel to the ground. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Bend over tricep kickbacks. Ready? Elbows to your rib cage. Neutral spine. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. And then rainbows. Ready? 1. Taking that dumbbell all the way around our torso, drawing that rainbow. Change directions. 1 and 2. It's kind of like a giant halo. Okay, now we're at 6s. Ready? Okay, ready? Press that heel into the ground, contract to that hamstring and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good, let's switch legs now. I have right leg forward, right heel is active into the ground. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. Okay, bent over tricep kickback. Ready? Hinge forward, neutral spine, elbows to your ribs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, rainbows. Single dumbbell to the chest. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Reaching up and over and other direction. Try and keep your torso still. 2 and 3. Good. Okay, now we got 8s. You doing all right? Okay. Left leg forward, right leg back. Okay, work those hamstrings. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Squeeze the shoulder blades together at the top and zip the rib cage. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, now switch legs. You guys are doing great. Ready? Press that heel through the ground. And 1, 2, 3. Draw those elbows back, zip the ribs. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Nicely done. Okay. Tricep kickbacks. Arms at your sides, comfortably distanced feet, hinge forward. Draw the elbows to the ribs. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel those triceps. 6, 7, and 8. Nicely done. Okay, rainbow dumbbell for 8. Then we have the round of 10s and we're down on the ground, guys. Okay, ready? Dumbbell at the belly button. And up and around. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pay attention to if you're shifting your weight. Stabilize your core. 3 and 4. Nicely done. Okay, last round. Whew. All right, split stance. Left leg forward, right leg back. Get that heel off the ground. Okay, we're agile creatures, folks. Let's go. 1, 2. Now, as you get tired, focus on your core even more. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Ready, opposite leg, opposite hamstring and glute. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dig that heel into the ground. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nicely done. Okay, now we're gonna get bent over and do some tricep kickbacks. So neutral stance, hinge forward, elbows to the ribs. And 1, 2, focus on that isometric hold. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, and last round of rainbow dumbbells. Okay, dumbbell to your belly button. 5 each directions. Ready? Exhale and go all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. There we go. Change directions now. 1. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Okay, well done. We are done with the dumbbells. So you can set them off to the side, get a drink, and then we're going to work our way down to the ground. Okay, so I have my chair here, my palm down, lower my knee, engaging my glute. Get my second knee down. I'm gonna get my chair out of the way. And for safety, we come down 1 hip at a time on the side like that, okay? But as we get stronger and stronger and using our core more, we can do a roll down method, okay? So I'm seated on my fanny. I'm gonna cross my arms over my chest. And I'm gonna slowly roll 1 vertebrae at a time down to the mat. Good. All right, now what helps us go nice and slow in that movement is our strong belly muscles, okay? And that's what we're here for, all right? So as we lay on the ground and relax for just a moment, we think about how our body is composed and how we wish it to be working, right? We want to be very core centric and strong, that our core is always engaged when we go about to do our daily work. And in that way, we're protecting and serving our spine in the best way possible. So with that said, let's unite that mentality with our breath work. So let's inhale through our nose, feeling our rib cage expand. Exhaling out our mouth and feel our low belly descend toward our spine. So descend and harden, clench, flatten, whatever words that resonate with you the most. Inhale through the chest, exhale out the mouth. Now start thinking, I'm lifting my pelvic floor as well as flattening and wrapping my transverse. And the third and final one is that I'm going to lift my pelvic floor, flatten and wrap, and also zip my rib cage. So all of that serves together to form my body setup. Lifting the pelvic floor, wrapping the transverse, zipping the rib cage. So from here then, on our next exhale, let's float each leg up into chair. And when we're up in a chair in this position, we want to have our knees right over our hips. The weight of our legs, we're holding tethered into our obliques. Breathe into your body setup. Don't allow your back to arch. Keep your ribs zipped up. Make sure your legs are in parallel. Good. Now take your hands and thread them by your ears and float your head up off the ground. Settle the weight of your head in your hands and let that transition down to your lats and your obliques. And on your next exhale, we're going to extend the left leg straight, sliding it through a male slot, pausing here, and then returning. Now go for the right leg. Exhale deeply, belly sinking, leg extending, and return. Now with the next set, I want you to tie that movement directly into your oblique. So left leg is gonna help press the leg out, or left oblique is gonna help press the left leg out and retract it back into position. Right oblique presses the leg out and retracts it back into position. Continue left and return, and then right and return. Good. Lower your legs back down to the ground. Lower your head to the ground. Good. Okay. Nice warm up. We're going to go back to that same setup in terms of where our body was, but we're going to take some single leg circles. Okay. So one leg will be in chair and the other leg will be extended. And we're going to try and do some circles. So we're going to be in a position of a fair amount of tension. You want to still stay stable on the ground. So as you're gazing up at the ceiling, you don't want to feel like you're wobbling around as that leg is going. You want that movement being generated and controlled out of your core. Okay. All right. Hopefully you all had enough rest now. All right. You can start off placing your palms at your ears and floating your head. That's fine. Don't overly pinch your shoulder blades together. And then on the next exhale, go through your body setup and drag one leg at a time up into chair. All right, nice job. All right, on the next exhale, extend the right leg. And then we're gonna do just a couple of small circles. Focus on the heel. And as the foot moves away from your midline, pull it back in with your oblique. Change direction of your circle. Good, then draw the leg back into chair and switch. Left leg extends, and then exhale as you slowly draw a tiny circle with the heel, keeping the low belly wrapped and the oblique working. Good, and then pause and change directions. Then draw the left leg back and lower both legs back to the ground with control. Lower the head to the ground with control. That one's pretty intense. You want to keep the leg in chair from not moving while the other leg is straight and moving in circles. So it's really intense. You have a lot of things going on, making all that happen. All right, we're gonna try that one more time. All right, see if we can, we aren't gonna burn too much energy on doing a million circles. Instead, I want you to do it really slowly and focus on, am I engaged in all the right places? My lats and obliques are supporting my pelvis. My leg and chair is being held very still. And then the leg that's extended, my low belly is nice and tight, and my pelvic floor, low belly, and oblique are helping to do those tiny little circles, maybe just two, okay? All right, you ready? So palms at your ears, float your head up off the ground again. Relax between your shoulder blades, find that space. All right, exhale and float the legs up into chair. On the next exhale, extend the leg. And just one or two circles. Slowly draw it back in using that oblique on that side. And then exhale, extend the other leg. Circles. Good, and draw that leg back into chair. And then lower them both back down to the ground with control. Whew, nice job. All right, now we're gonna roll over onto our backs and press ourselves up in a tabletop. Okay, so tabletop, and I won't live here long because I know it's not comfortable for everybody, but we have our wrists under our armpits and our fingers are splayed wide. Our knees are under our hips. Okay, so what we're gonna do some donkey kicks first to get our hamstrings warmed up and focused. But I want you to get into that position a little bit differently than what I've coached before. We're gonna get into it as though we're going into plank. Okay, so I'm gonna go on my left side first. So I'm gonna exhale and my left lat to oblique is gonna fire as my left leg extends, drawing the toes all the way back. All right, once it's there, then I'm gonna bend at the knee and bring my heel up above the knee. Okay, so that's my position. Now, maintaining that stability in my shoulders and my hips, I'm gonna contract through my hamstring and my heel is gonna go toward the ceiling. 2, nice and slow. 3, make it stick. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good, now extend the leg again. Draw it back in. Okay, now we're back to tabletop. So now we'll go over to the other side. So what we're trying to avoid a lot of things by getting into this position. I want to keep your legs in parallel to your hips. And sometimes when we do donkey kicks, our legs get lazy and swing out to the side as though they're doing a hydrant. So I'm kind of trying to avoid that. I want us to be mindful of not arching our back as we do a donkey kick. We're just trying to focus on hamstring work. Okay, so it's not the height of the heel that matters. It's activating through the hamstring to lift the leg up. Okay, so now we're gonna do the right side. Okay, so wrists under armpits, extend that right leg straight back so our heel's on the ground. Feel your lats and obliques fire to support that. Okay, now bend at the knee, drawing the heel up. Good. Okay, inhale, and then exhale up and down. 2, 3, 4, good. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Okay, extend and then return the knees. Okay, good. Come up off of those wrists. Give them a little stretch. Okay. Now we're gonna work into plank, okay, from that same position. Okay, so you can either do elbow or you can do wrists, high plank or low plank. All right. So I have wrists under armpits. That piece is really important, okay, because we want to be feeling like we're using the muscles around our rib cage or lats more than into our shoulders. So if our hands are above our shoulders, we're going to be all into our shoulders and neck. Okay, so that same work. So inhale, exhale, extend that right leg. Feel that lat and oblique support the pelvis on that side. Inhale, and then exhale and extend the other leg. Okay, so here we go. And we're just gonna hold this one first for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly bring your knees back in, parking the car back into the garage. Well done. Okay. So if it feels very different to you than planks you've done before, that's okay. I want you to feel like you're supporting your plank with your lats. Okay. We're going to try that again. Now, what I'd like to try, and I'm going to demonstrate, and you all can try only if you feel like it's within your bandwidth to do, which is a single leg float. So we warmed up our hamstrings with those donkey kicks. Now our leg is going to float off the ground while we're in high plank. And it's not bouncing. We're going to contract through the hamstring, lift it, and it's going to come back down. But our pelvis is going to stay stable. Our shoulders are staying stable, all those things, okay? All right, so let's get into our plank, a ready plank position, okay? Tabletop. Okay, exhale as you extend one leg, fire up that lat to oblique, stabilize the pelvis. Exhale, fire up the other side as leg extends. Okay, now the way we talk about this is one leg gets heavy and one floats up. and back down, and alternate. One leg gets heavy, the other leg floats as the hamstring contracts and pulls the leg up off the ground. Great work, Anne. Good, and when you're done, park the car back in the garage. That was really good. Shoulders, okay, and wrists. So if it's in your shoulders too much, we might need to get your wrists under your armpits a little bit more, but your wrists are another thing. Like that's just tough to deal with. All right, let's go ahead and make our way down to the ground and we'll stretch just a little bit. Okay, so I'm rotating back onto my hip. I'm gonna roll myself onto my side. Whew, and I'm gonna tee out my arms. Good. Now I'm gonna try and do, because I don't have a yoga strap, I'm going to keep one foot on the ground. I'm gonna lift one leg up over my hip. I'm gonna take my two hands and clasp them behind my knee. And engaging through my lats, I'm gonna draw the leg toward my chest. Now, you can keep the other leg bent or you can recline it on the ground. It's entirely up to you. The leg does not have to be perfectly straight, right? To get a nice hamstring stretch. Good, lower that leg. Let's alternate to the other leg. So draw the left leg up if you're stretching the right. Grasp behind your knees or in your calf. And exhale as you slowly draw the leg down towards your chest. Keeping it as straight as you're able. But again, it does not have to be perfectly straight. Good. Okay. Now we'll draw our knees to our chest and lower them to the ground on either side. I'm picking my left side first. Good, and my arms are teed out. I want to feel a nice twisting through the above my pelvis as I release and relax. Yeah, okay, give me just a minute, Julie. No, that's okay. Good, hopefully your knees are reaching the ground on the one side and your chest is open on the other. So if my legs are on the left, I'm feeling this nice stretch through my low back on the right, my right shoulder blades down on the ground. I'm trying to be relaxed in my neck, open through my chest. And then I roll back to center, draw my knees back to my chest and lower them to the ground slowly to the right side of my body. Now the height of your knees will impact how much of a stretch you feel. So if you're feeling like, whoa, this is too much, lower them a little bit. And if you need more, raise them up a little. Same can be said with your arms. If your arms are closer to your hips, the stretch in your chest is less. But the higher you have them, the more you'll feel it in your chest. Nice job. Now roll over onto your side, press yourself up, and give yourself a little pat on the shoulder. That was a good class today, guys. Good hamstring work. That was kind of a new movement. I'd like to do that again because I feel like it was a really good, fun new thing that we can start loading up a little bit more weight into our core, but let's always be mindful that we feel it in the right places in our core, not our low back. Have a great Tuesday. I'm so happy to see all of you today, and we'll see you again Thursday. Bye.